Hey, welcome to another tier list or whatever. I did a Smash tier list, which some of my opinions have kind of shifted a little bit, but whatever, I'm not going to change the video. And I've been seeing this a lot on the internet, especially in Smash Ultimate Hell, where people are putting their Switch games tier list, and I'm going to make my own. I already started it because I decided to make the video after I touched it, so I'm just going to explain my choices. S Plus, right now, I have Smash Ultimate because for how much time I have put into the game, for how long it's been, I can't not put in S Plus. I play it very often, and it's my favorite Smash game out of all of them. The only thing I wish it had is a Subspace-esque type story mode. Outside, the World of Light is but it's not, like, it's good, I like it, but it's not Subspace, or it's not a platformer with some fights. It's just a bunch of event matches, which I was fine with. It's just not exactly what I want. On top of that, I got Hyrule Warriors and Arms in B. Hyrule Warriors, because it does foreign hack and slash, has a lot of content, and you can fight with as many different Zelda characters, and it actually looks really nice comparatively to any other Toei game out there. But it's still just a hack and slash. It could get repetitive, so that's why I'm only playing at B, even though it is fun and jam-packed full of shit. It's still just a hack and slash at the end of the day. Arms I put over Stardew Valley personally because for Stardew Valley, I think, while it does have a lot of content, it's very, it's a farm simulator. 2D farm simulator. It has, a lot of life stuff and whatnot. I find myself to get bored with it very easily. That's why I don't play it, hardly ever, even though I own 2 copies of it. I only do that because of friends. And it's good. I like it. It's just, it gets boring. Where Arms could keep me entertained, at least while I'm playing it. Motivation to play it is kind of there, kind of has to get there, but when I'm actually playing it, I'm, very active. It's not a fantastic fighting game, but for being the first in its line, being a completely new IP with a completely fresh idea, you can't expect it to be, amazing. So that's where my thought is on that. Now, go through the games I have actually played. Now, some of these are cross-platform. I am not going to count those because those are not on my Switch. They are on my PlayStation 4 or PC, depending. So I'm just going to go ahead and go through them. If they're from the Wii U, I will still count them, like Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2. So Bayonetta 2, I'm going to go ahead and give a B+, and then I'm going to give Bayonetta a B. Reason being, while they are still technically the same game at its base form, Bayonetta 2 controls so much better, and certain mechanics don't get in the way. It's more polished than Bayonetta 1. It's still a pretty good, and it is technically a hack and slash, but it's not a repetitive hack and slash. I mean, in a way, it's still an adventure instead of a arena. So, yeah, Bayonetta 2, B+, Bayonetta B. Now, the games, again, that I own and have played. The Dead Cells, I have played. I haven't played a lot of it, though. So I can't really... I'm going to give this as average as possible, because I really haven't played it. So... not a lot I could really talk about with it, but it's a very cool concept of it being a Metroidvania type game, but also being randomly generated. So I like the concept and it plays well. I just haven't played it a lot, so I'm trying to put it more or less middle, really. Now, hopefully I don't miss any games, but Mario Tennis Aces, I'm gonna give that a C+. Because while it is a good Mario Tennis game, it didn't really grab me. Like me and my friend played through the story mode, and it was pretty unique, pretty fun. I actually really liked that concept of the story mode and having different ways to go with each tennis match, and there's boss fights, stuff like that. And you know what? Now thinking about it, because the adventure mode is pretty cool, I actually put it at B-. But outside of that, it's nothing crazy special. I mean, it does have like the Mario Party stuff with it, but it's not crazy fantastic. It's just kind of there, and was really nothing keeping me from continuing playing it. That's why I gave it to my friend in the first place. Now we got Mario Kart 8. Now I'm gonna put this at S rank because this is my favorite Mario Kart game, 100%. There are probably some features that it doesn't have that past games had, I'm sure, but it feels the most like the best controls out of any Mario game. Has really good tracks, and just in general, it's a fantastic kart racer with probably one of the best Nintendo Online experiences compared to most first-party Nintendo games. I usually don't have issues even with Ultimate. I don't have a lot of issues. It's usually like probably at the other person's end if I do have issues. But if we both have good internet, then I don't have issues. Outside of normal online latency stuff, but that's just normal for any fighting game. You're gonna have latency. But yeah, no, it's a fantastic kart racer. Mario Rabbids Mushroom Kingdom. I'm gonna give this an A- because it is a really good tactical RPG type game, even though it does make me mad a lot of times, and later on in the game, the enemies become more bullshit. Actually, no, I'm gonna put it at B+. Now that I think about it, like it's really good for what it is, but the difficulty spike is a little too high, and the enemies become not fun to deal with. And yeah, you have to be smart with it and things like that, but again, some enemies are just annoying. But how everything is with the game, and being able to upgrade your weapons and special abilities and stuff like that is very fun. So I'm gonna give it a B+. Kirby Star Allies. I'm gonna give this one the A- treatment. I'm gonna give it an A actually, because it's a really good Kirby game. Easy for newcomers, but also can be difficult. And being able to play with 4 people, and the other 3 people could be anybody they want, or you can have the AI do it so that you don't have to. There's puzzles that you still can do even if you're playing alone, and the story, while basic, is still really intriguing, and especially the ending is actually very epic for a Kirby game, like too epic. So it was just all around a fantastic experience. And whenever you think the game's going to end, it keeps on going to a point. And then there's a lot of small side features that just make it a very complete game. So I like it. Tropical Freeze. A+. It's Donkey Kong Country game. It's very good. It's if you like Donkey Kong Country, and you want a current gen version of it, this is the perfect game for it. So I do technically have Rocket League on my Switch, even though I primarily play it on my PS4, and I have a PC version and the Switch version. Though I'm putting it at S+ because this is another game that I can't stop playing. I play it all the time. All my friends know me as, hey, like he's the guy who's good at Rocket League. Like hands down, he's better than everybody else in this group. Which I'm like, yeah, what's up? It's because you guys don't play the game, but well, yeah. So even though I played primarily on PS4, I do own it on Switch, so it still goes on the list. It's just hundreds of hours, and I still play it. Still trying to get better at it. Let's Go Pokemon. I'm gonna give the Let's Go one, I'm gonna give it an A- because while it's still a very good Pokemon game, it's very true to the original Pokemon. It's still a Let's Go game, and I actually didn't fully finish this one because the catching mechanic just doesn't jive with me, even though sometimes I will open up Pokemon Go if I'm with friends. Just stick around for a few seconds. But, I don't know, the mechanic just doesn't grab me. But, for what they were trying to do, and for recreating the original, it's pretty spot on. Just the mechanic itself doesn't grab me, that's why it's there. Alright, Sonic Mania. I have this on 2 separate consoles, but I do believe I have it on Switch. I'm giving it an A. And actually, I want to move Kirby up to A+, if I'm going to put Donkey Kong Country there. But Sonic Mania, I'm putting it as A, mainly because, while it's a really good Sonic game, and most people probably put it on S, some of the original levels do kind of piss me off, and like mechanically, and I just get mad at it. The DLC characters are actually pretty cool, and it's as, you know, close to a classic Sonic game you are going to get in the modern times. People say it's the best classic Sonic game, and I could agree with that. It's just there are some levels and some bosses that just really get on my nerves. So, like, the game started falling for me once I started getting to that level with the spitting balls and the teleporting. That's just when like my brain broke with the game. But still a very good game. Not gonna lie, still a very good game. Splatoon 2, I need to play this more. I really do. I'm gonna also put this at A+, because there's some things online that they have to fix. There's a lot of matchmaking things that they have to fix. Like, if they could do it more like most shooters do it, like Call of Duty, it would be fantastic. But Nintendo tries to do their own thing, and probably to like make it most family friendly in a way, I guess, or whatever they decide, why they decide to do it, they need to fix it. But outside of that, the actual game itself is fantastic. It's super original. No other game has really done that, and you know, the aesthetic is amazing. The gameplay is great, and all around it's a good game. So, and for, again, another original IP, and it got so big, I'm gonna give it what it deserves. Super Mario Odyssey, I'm gonna put S+. Probably gonna have to put it right here on S+, because, oh, I just hit the mic. It's the best 3D Mario game we've gotten since Mario Galaxy. It's a fantastic 3D Mario game, and hopefully those rumors about more 3D Mario games, like remakes of them, are coming soon. And they use this exact engine because this is the best Mario's felt in a long time. And it looks great, it plays great, it's good for literally anybody, you know, for people who are not good at games, but you can still get to the ending with it. You know, like little kids and stuff. Or if you want to go for all the moons, you can, and that's going to be definitely a harder task, but you can still definitely do it. It's all around just it's a good game. Yeah, I believe this is Pokken Tournament, and I'm putting this at C+. It's a good Tekken clone for Pokemon games, but it suffers things that a lot of fighting games suffer from, and it makes me angry more than I actually have fun with it. Even though I like the concept, I don't like the game. It just makes me mad a lot, but I understand that it's technically very good, and also I wish they had more Pokemon, but outside of that, it's just okay. And I only got the Wii version, the Wii U version, but I'm counting those because, duh. Super One More Jump. This is a very good arcade-esque title. That's basically what it is. It's just an arcade game. Levels, anti-gravity. So there's only certain platforms you can go on, and you get to go on those platforms. And it's all timing and rhythm based, and I love it. So yeah, it's a really good arcade game. Actually, I want to put that at B+, actually. Above Rabbids. And actually, Rabbids goes to B. There we go. Super Bomberman R, I'm going to give it a C-, because... C+, treatment, or C-, or B-. Fuck! So, I'm giving it the B- treatment because, as a multiplayer game goes, it's pretty okay. It's as Bomberman can be. The single-player experience is what fucks me. Because it's too hard for what it is, and it's too unforgiving on checkpoints, and it does not want me to play the game. So as a single-player experience, it's actual trash. As a multiplayer experience, it's actually pretty fun. So, B-, if it was only that single-player, I would put it C, no issue. But the multiplayer is what saves it, and puts it up to B-. Again, some of these games I don't have on the Switch, cross-platform, you get it. But a game I do have that I have on multiple systems now, Cuphead, I'm going to give it a solid A. Mainly because I know it's supposed to be a hard game. And the aesthetic alone gives it a high rank, because I know how much work that definitely went into making each sprite and how it flows and making it that 50s aesthetic, and it looks amazing. But on top of that, there are certain bosses that really make me mad, and the ending of the game made me like the most mad. So it frustrated me a lot, especially with certain bosses. Obviously it's a trial and error game, and there's only so much trial and error I could actually take until I lose patience. Granted, I also streamed it, so I couldn't just stop either. But it's still a fantastic game, and everybody should try it, no matter what your skill level is, because it's that good. But with how much it can frustrate, it did kind of get lower on my list. So I own this on the Wii U, and I'm going to give it a B+. Only because it feels like nothing new. Like, they didn't... Every iteration of New Super Mario that came out doesn't... it gets less and less fresh, because it feels like the same game over and over again. And, there's so many things they could have done to make it feel different from the past games, but they don't. There's hey, here's a new item. Like, cool. Well, now what? You're basically playing through the same exact game. Now, the controls are fantastic, and it's still a Mario game. It's still fun as a Mario game, but it doesn't give me much else outside of that. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just not a huge fan of how overdone it feels, but I do like when people make Mario Maker levels with this aesthetic, because it still controls fantastically, and it's still technically a very good Mario game. But the levels and ideas and story could have been a lot better than rehashing the same thing 4 times. Even Mario 1, 2, and 3, well, American 2 and 3 were completely different. But why are the new Super Marios just like, oh, they look better? Ta-da! Now, this game has been getting a lot of hate, so I'm probably just going to put it higher, mainly because of that. But also, it's S tier. It's S tier. Even if it's S+, doesn't matter, it's still S tier, because Breath of the Wild, people need to understand that one, they needed to do something different with Zelda because Skyward Sword is such a heaping pile of trash. The story is amazing. I'm not gonna lie, the story is actually good in Skyward Sword, one of the best. But everything around that story is a slog. I'm not gonna explain that, but I want to say that this is the natural direction that Zelda was going anyway. And it needed an open world. And so they tried something new, something that hasn't been done with Zelda before, and ideas that haven't been done with any open world game. And with what they achieved being the first style of this game they've made in Zelda, I think is insanely good. And I actually had a lesser experience with Horizon Zero Dawn because I played this one first. And there's things that I wish are in most open world games that are in Breath of the Wild, but that are not in others. Like, freeform climbing is amazing. Being not restricted to outside of like rain and stamina, you're not restricted to where you can go. If you could see it, you could go there. That's the best thing. And there's a lot of side quests, and there's actually reasons for rupees. The economy is better than most Zelda games. Because most Zelda games, I hardly use rupees like ever. Even 100%ing, it's still pretty easy. Outside of Wind Waker, but Wind Waker's way of using rupees for the Triforce quest was... That's why I don't replay Wind Waker, like, ever, because I know once I get to the Triforce quest, I'm just going to Google it and just not have fun for however long that lasts. But again, Breath of the Wild, so good. There are things they could definitely fix, and the sequel to Breath of the Wild is definitely going to fix them. With how they deal with durability, I don't think they're going to take it away, but they're probably going to make it more of a crafting system, or being able to rebuild, or the weapon doesn't shatter, it just weakens, or is not being able to use, or something. They're going to fix it in a way where at least it's upgraded. Maybe not to perfection, but it'll be upgraded. Story's going to be better and stuff like that. But this is the best, like, foundation for future Zelda. This is the best we could have asked for. And people hating it don't like to use their brains, apparently. So that's my tier list. Right there, right here. It's right there. I don't think I missed any games that I own on Switch. That is, there are some of these that I don't own on Switch, but I'm not counting them. Oh shit! Mario Maker 2. Duh. Because it's limitless. It's not the game's fault that's a lot of the levels are trash. It's the user's fault, but they give you so many tools with the game that it's just the best thing ever. And you can make anything you want, and people can make anything they want, and if you find the levels that you like, and you can follow creators that you like, and there's just so much good with it. Like, it's the perfect Mario game. As long as you can find the good levels, and if you're a streamer, then you could actually probably find a decent amount of good levels, but sometimes you might have to piss people off because you can't finish them or something. Personal experience, that's why I switched over to Dreams, because Mario Maker became a little stressful. But anyway, yeah, that's that. So now that's my list. I don't think I missed anything important after that. It doesn't seem like it. That I have on the Switch list. So there's my list. I guess nothing is shit tier. So everything I own is actually pretty good. Now, some things might be in slightly different spots than they probably should be, in my opinion. And I know, obviously, other people are gonna view it differently as well. But yeah, this is my list. So yeah. So if you like this episode, thumbs up. If you want to see more from us, subscribe. If you want to hang out with me or fans, go to my Discord. And also, if you want to watch me live with this setup and everything, playing games, Follow me on Twitch and everything like that. So, yeah, until next time. Oh, by the way, I have a Patreon too. Bye.